Well, hey guys, my name is Sooner Sun 2, and this is in response to Cowboy TD and Duke Bothers' call to get more people from the Big 12 making videos about this year's football season. I watched a lot of Cowboy TD stuff last season. I liked what he did. I liked it a lot, so I thought I'd join in. I wish I could say I'd be bringing more diversity to the team, but I'm afraid I'm going to be joining the fray for my Oklahoma Sooners. I'm a Sooners fan. It's kind of ironic. I'm not from Oklahoma. I am a native of Texas. Yes, I'm a native of Texas who goes to OU. I was actually born in Burnsville, Minnesota, but I moved down to Texas when I was like 1, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the national law is if you live in a state for more than 14 years, you become a native of that state. And I've lived in Texas for 19 years, and I call myself a native Texan. And yeah, and I know we've already got an OU representative. We've got Duke Bothers on here. He's got some really strong stuff. I like what he does, and I just like to help him out. Be the second go-to guy for OU, because the Sooners can always use more representation. At least that's what I think. Alright, so why don't we get started right here, right now. I'm just going to line up a few things by going over the 2008 game year for the Sooners. Alright, now, we're the Sooners. We're the Oklahoma Sooners. Here we go. We just won the Big 12 championship 2 years in a row. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty big deal. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. We are obviously not the best team out there. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there are plenty of teams better than we are. But as far as the Big 12 goes, I think we're one of the powerhouses. I think we are. And I'm really excited for the Big 12 conference this year. I think we're going to come out as a conference. We're going to go strong. I think a lot of our teams are going to come up again, and it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a good thing. All right. So what do the Oklahoma Sooners face? We want a third Big 12 championship, a third one in a row. 3. Because back-to-back's pretty good. Back-to-back is pretty good, but 3. 3, that's going to be an incredibly tough act to follow. I mean, it's going to be really hard. I'm not saying it's not doable, but it's hard. And that's what we're aiming to do. And, well, we got a full conference this year. So let's look at everything. All right, we got a lot of roadblocks in our way for the Big 12 championship, but we're pretty high in the polls. I think the AP poll ranked us like number 4 in the conference, so we are pretty high up there for the national title, and we're always going for another national title. But like last year proved, we can't be stopped for a national title, and we got to keep going. We got to stay consistent. We were a very, very inconsistent team last year. I mean, we did well, but then there were times we just didn't do well, and it cost us a national championship twice. So we're just going to concentrate on the Big 12 right now and see what happens. All right, now here's the roadblocks for the Sooners coming up on the Big 12. First off, Texas. The OU-Texas game is always a close game. Always, always, always. I mean, these are two Southern powerhouses here going at it. It's going to be a close game. I mean, unless one of the teams does something to seriously mess up, I mean, it's going to be a nail-biter down to the finish, I can almost guarantee you. I mean, and us in Texas, we play football kinda similarly. We do. I mean, chances are, if either one of the teams makes a play, chances are the other team has seen or done the play before, and they're going to know how to counter it. And so that's just going to be interesting. I love OU-Texas rivalry. I love it. Can't wait. I'm going to wake up at the crack of dawn to get my ticket. Crack of dawn to get my ticket. And so that's one roadblock. Next up is Kansas. Kansas is coming to Norman. Now, Kansas, what they did with their season last year, I will use the term miracle. I mean, I respect them for what they did with their season. I really do. They did really great things with their season, and I'm interested to see what they do this year with their season. But they're coming to Norman to face us, so I'm hoping that the home field advantage will give us the edge over them. Now, I think they're going to be facing a tougher schedule this year than last season. And hopefully when they played Missouri last year, that kind of prepared them for more Big 12 conference play. Alright, so Kansas is one thing. And Kansas State. Kansas State, we're going to be facing Kansas State in the Wildcat Stadium. We have a reputation of underestimating opponents, especially in their home fields. For example, Colorado last season. Oh, Colorado. That's what happens when you underestimate a team in their home field. They'll eat you. They will eat you. And Kansas State, unless we bring our A game to their stadium, they could pull off the upset. They could. So we got to be on our A game for that. Next up, Nebraska's coming to Norman. Nebraska. All right. Here's the thing. Nebraska, based on their season opening game, they did really well. They did really well, and I'm really happy for them because last season had to have been so frustrating for them. So I'm happy, Nebraska, that you guys had a great opening game. I think it will be a good game. I think it will be a good game. I mean, last year's Nebraska, I don't mean to brag, but last year's Nebraska was not all that good. I think that the Oklahoma Sooners, would have eaten last year's Nebraska for breakfast. But this year's Nebraska, it's a different coach, it's a different regime, it's a different Nebraska team. So I think they're going to do some great things with their season. It'll be Big Red versus Big Red, and I think it'll be a good game. So we got to bring our A game to that one too. Next, we're facing Texas A&M in College Station. Now, Kyle Field is notorious for being one of the hardest places to play in. I mean, those Aggie fans, they know how to mess with the other teams, and they will do whatever it takes to ensure an Aggie win. But what with their season opener against Arkansas State, I'm beginning to see some chinks in the armor. Stephen McGee, he's a good quarterback. He really is. He really is. Mike Goodson, I know he's going to step up. And it is a new coach, yes. But I think we might be able to pull off the upset. Now, we did 2 years ago. We beat him at College Station. And I think we might be able to do it again. But still, we got to bring our A game because Texas A&M is still a good team. All right. Now, here's a tough one. Texas Tech. Texas Tech, we got a bone to pick with Texas Tech, us Oklahoma Sooners. We got a bone to pick with them for what happened last season. After Sam Bradford got that concussion, it was just the entire Sooner Nation let out a collective groan. And Texas Tech, they smelled blood and they took what they wanted. It was a good win. It was a good win. It was a well-deserved win. We did manage to come back in the end. It was just not enough points and enough time. But Texas Tech will be coming to Norman, and we'll be looking for our revenge. We'll be looking for it. So I'm hoping that the home field advantage will come through with us in the end. Texas Tech, they're a good team. They're a good team. Graham Harrell, he's dynamic. Mike Crabtree, he's really, really great. And if you don't have pass defense against Texas Tech, you might as well not play them, okay? If you don't have pass defense against Texas Tech, they will run right over you, plain and simple. It's just the facts. And that's going to be a tough one. I'm foreseeing that's going to be one of our toughest. Next, we got Oklahoma State. We're going to be facing Oklahoma State in their stadium. Now, I'm not sure what to expect against Oklahoma State. I mean, they did well in their season opener, yeah. And of course, playing in their stadium, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we beat them in their stadium 2 years ago. We beat them, and I'm pretty sure we can do it again. So I'm not as worried about Oklahoma State as I am about Texas Tech, but we got to bring our A game. It's all about bringing the A game, but I think if we just play the best we can, and if we really, really want it, we have to really want this. We got to bring our A game every single game. I don't care who we're playing. And if we can do that, I think we can get a third Big 12 championship. I really think we can. Alright, so we'll just see how the season plays out. I'll have another video uploaded about the last game because I'm kind of joining a little late, but I'll get right on that. So shout out to Cowboy TD and to Duke Ballers and to all the others who are joining the fray. I'm Sooner Son 2, and I'll be coming in as well. So I hope to talk to you guys soon via YouTube. Okay, Boomer Sooner, go Oklahoma. See you later, guys.